So obviously, January transfer window was closed and we get what we deserved, which means we signed Sabitzer, which is a fantastic player. We all know that how much quality he has when he plays at Old Trafford. When he plays for Leipzig under Julian Nagelsmann, and we the fans are very excited about this, right? But there is something I'm really confused because I think you guys have read article from the Athletic and the Telegraph, saying that the Manchester United doesn't have money, doesn't have enough money to spend on a player, even to sign on a loan in this January transfer window. If we want to sign really big name players like Frankie de Jong in the summer, we have to be in a top 4 at the end of the season, and we need to sell at least 4 or 5 players which can contain us or which can make 50 million for us at least. So which means we don't have enough money because we were overspending the last couple 3 or 4 years. We don't make money from the sales because a lot of our players release on the free. So when I read about these articles, I was like, oh my god, how are we running this club? And then yesterday, before the deadline day, Manchester United announced that Christian Eriksen will be out at least 3 months. And immediately our fans on the Twitter, on the social media, are pushing to sign another midfielder. So during the 12 hours, Manchester United made a signing on loan that Marcel Sabitzer. So where does the money come from? Before Eriksen got injured, they said we don't even have enough money to spend on a loan transfer. But as long when Eriksen got when there is came out, the announcement came out from the Manchester United official that Eriksen will be out another 3 months at least, and the fans pushing obviously to sign another midfielder, and they sign a player within 12 hours. We spent the entire January transfer window not doing nothing, which means there is no way we could sign a player in January transfer window. They just manipulated us by using the Athletic and the Telegraph. I'm sorry, which mean I don't mean that Athletic and Telegraph are not the right source. Of course, they are strong and tier 1 source, but sometimes there are a lot of misunderstanding happens in football, right? So they said we cannot spend any money in January transfer window. That's why we only looking for a long deal player. But after signing very focused, there will be. It's like it was like there will not be a player coming in the January transfer window. But we signed Sabitzer because because Eriksen got injured, he will be out another 3 months. Which means, where does that money come from? If Eriksen didn't get any injury, I don't think we can sign any player. It doesn't matter because we have to sign a midfielder. Even Eriksen didn't get any injury because we don't have enough squad depth, to finish the four at the end of the season to try to win the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Europa League. So which means we don't have enough player. But they said there is no money. And then when Eriksen got injured, everything's changed. We signed a player within 12 hours, which means we, the fans, were being manipulated from the Glazer. Of course, Glazer are gonna give the secret information or something to the newspaper like the Athletic or some kind of the Telegraph. So we were manipulated. They have enough money. They just don't want to spend just because they are leaving. They are now trying to sell a whole Manchester United club, and they don't want any money in January transfer window because it will be lost for them, which is obviously ridiculous. Okay, FSG, which is Liverpool owner, they are even trying to sell their club, but they spent money, nearly 40 million on Cody Gakpo, but we didn't sign anyone. So we give the pressure. We pushed on a social media, and everything got injured. Obviously, people are saying blah blah blah. So they sign one, which means this is not the right player. I hope this is the last transfer window under Glazer. I think you all gonna praise like me too, because too hard, okay, too difficult, too frustrated. Every time there is come to transfer window, we were frustrated. Every single transfer window, because they are not trying to do anything, even though they have enough money. Think about when Bruno Fernandes coming in, the January in 2020, to sign the Bruno Fernandes. They were like, it's like they are not going to sign anybody. And the only player who can play as a number 10 role in that time was Juan Mata and Andrea Pereira, which means Pereira is leading the role. So there is no player in number 10 role. We desperately need number 10 role. I know they spend so much, they waste so much time. And at the last day of the January transfer window, a lot of people, a lot of fans are pushing Eduard's house by throwing in the fire, the fireworks or something like that. I don't know how to call it in English, I'm sorry. And then they signed Bruno Fernandes, which means you see, every single transfer window we were frustrated because they do nothing. They don't give any support to their, they don't give any support to the Eric Ten Hag. Look at what Eric Ten Hag can do. Yes, they spent over 200 millions in the last summer, but Eric Ten Hag is showing the direction that he is the right person, the right manager, and he is, the signings were really, really correct. The signing works, Casemiro works, Weghorst works, Malaysia works, and Eriksen works. Everyone is works under Eric Ten Hag, which means we are going to the right direction. Now we are in a 4 different competition. We have a really, really good opportunity to finish top at the end of the season, and we are 1 step away from winning Carabao Cup, and we have a good result in Africa. We have a great opportunity to beat Barcelona, even though it will be difficult. But we are playing 4 different competitions. We are the only English club in the world right now to play in a 4 different competitions. That is because of Eric Ten Hag. So this is the right time to support Eric Ten Hag, but they don't do anything. That's why I think the Glazers are using the tier 1 source journals to manipulate our funds, which is ridiculous. I think this is the last. I hope this is the last transfer window under Glazer. I really mean it. This is the last time. It should be the last time. I wish someone are going to buy Manchester United, because we need to be under the right owner. You don't use millions of money. You just need to spend on the right player, by structure and by giving a guide from the coach. Okay, you don't need to sign every position, every how can I say, every superstar. We don't need to sign superstar keeper, superstar right back, superstar defensive midfielder, superstar. We don't need to spend on every super striker, okay, superstar player. We only need to spend good amount of money on the right player given by the coach, the manager. Right? If every time I want to sign Frankie De Jong, go and get them. If every time I want to sign the anonymous player from the Bundesliga, go and sign them. It doesn't have to be the superstar. It only has to be the right player, the right player wanted by manager. That's it. Okay, we are not demanding to spend 200 million euros every single transfer. We are only demanding to spend the right enough amount money on the right player, which is wanted by Eric Ten Hag. That's it. Okay, it can work under Glazer. It should be the last transfer window under Glazer. Okay, so I hope you guys agreed with me too, because we are praying that this was the last transfer under Glazer. So I hope there will be someone who can buy Manchester United. Let us hope and wait, to know what happened. All right. So make sure on the comment below what do you think about these situations. Okay, and like and follow and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching, guys.